Ooh, candle. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Kevin.
I'm Caleb.
And today I did my nails. Because we're going to talk about, is being gay a choice or is being gay something that you are born with?
Pretty hot topic, actually.
I guess.
It is an important topic to the people in the homosexual community.
Mm-hmm. We're going to have different views on this. He believes it's a choice. I've liked dick since I was 2, so wouldn't know. Don't believe it is.
So in order for the homosexual community to be legitimized or try to get equality, when it comes to things that they have to deal with, they're always looking for a...
gastric bypass.
Other than a gastric bypass.
Genetic causation.
Yeah. In order for them to be legitimized legally, so they get certain protections against discrimination.
Just keep going.
Anyways,
it's great.
In order for that to happen,
I can't wait to get legitimized legally.
Whatever. There needs to be a scientific explanation to prove that homosexuality is not a choice. Because without a genetic causation or a biological causation, it doesn't put homosexuals in the same category as race or gender. And certain races and certain genders get, well, I won't say certain, but all genders and races get legal protections as far as discrimination goes. So we're going to discuss, is it a choice or are you burned with it?
It's not a choice. Tune in next week for our next video. Have a question, leave a comment.
So one of the questions that I have is, Kevin, why do you feel like that you were born gay?
Because I've always liked guys. Always been attracted to them. Got in trouble in 3rd grade for writing a note to a guy in my class. Will you go with me? If yes, check here. If no, check here. Whole thing blew up about that. Everybody got involved. And I remember being in the principal's office and they were like, you can't do this. And I was like, why not? Because everybody else do it. And they were like, but that's a little boy. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, have you seen him in the little boy's room? Who wouldn't want to go out with him?
Oh my God. Did you identify with like the females more so than the men?
No.
Or boys? No, you still had guy friends?
Yeah.
But I mean, you weren't popping links at them and stuff?
No. I mean, I guess it's different when you're a kid because you know things, but you don't pay attention to things that you know. I do definitely remember flirting with, like, elementary school. I would flirt really hard with boys. And even just do little things to be like, oh, look, see, I've got a crush on you. Like...
Oh, I'm sure that went over great.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, but you don't pay attention to things like that. Like if... Oh, God, I don't want to say somebody I went to school with and...
Yeah, we want to hear their name.
Yeah, so we'll just say if Bartholomew, who I would never have anything to do with. Let's say if I was on the playground and Bartholomew wanted the swing, I would think it would be really cute and really flirty to be like, oh, here, you can go ahead and have the swing I'm on. Do you want me to push you? Are we gonna put it in me now? Can we go?
Oh my gosh.
I've hid some Play-Doh. I need you to find it.
As a child, you flirted with boys since you were at a very young age.
Yes.
And at what point did you decide, hey, I want to be a butt humper?
Oh, puberty?
Okay, so puberty kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to note that by age 10 is when a majority of first attractions take place.
Right.
That's for same-sex attraction and opposite-sex attraction. Age 10 is kind of when that comes into play. So, do you feel like that you felt that way before age 10?
Oh, yeah.
Like a good ways before age 10? But
yes.
It didn't matter to you at the time?
Do we need to go back over this? In 3rd grade, I asked said his fucking name. I asked Bartholomew.
We're really trying to get Bartholomew's name out.
I really, in 3rd grade, I asked Bartholomew Humphaback if he would go with me. If yes, check here. If no, check here.
Oh, you are brazen. A little queer.
Yeah.
You were. Like, for real.
But that's just the thing, though. I would always hear people say, this is wrong, you can't do this. Mm-hmm. And I would always think in my mind, but why not? It doesn't make sense to me I mean, I hear you saying it's wrong, but like, what makes it wrong? I guess in a twisted way, you could think of it as like this: if you were trying to raise a child to be racist, you do not like black people. At some point, some little kid's going to be like, "Well, I don't understand. Like, why? I need a reason why I should not." Well, because the Bible says, I'm gonna need a reason. Why?
See, that's something that you feel innately.
Yeah.
Inside of you.
This ain't pot. This is a cigarette.
He acts like he's on pot most of the time.
Oh, I'm coming down off Klonopin right now.
Oh, God. Choice. Why do you think that homosexuality has such high rates in inner cities than it does anywhere else? Why is it in inner cities more people are gay than outside of inner cities?
Because you are more likely to find people that share the same lifestyle that you have.
Okay. So would that be something of an influence from a sociology type perspective?
No.
Or do you think it's maybe, I got some curiosities and want to dabble in it, and I see a support system and it's something I want to be a part of? Or do you think, hey, I personally think if you're genetically geared towards something, that's all you're going to do?
Okay.
Because if you're genetically, but let's take that same premise. Let's say I have genetic disposition to be an alcoholic.
Okay.
Okay? I have the choice whether or not I want to act on that alcoholism, right? So I have a choice to say, hey, I'll just stay away from alcohol.
But isn't that a little different than sharing a life with someone?
It could be considered that way to a degree, but it's still a genetic marker, genetic cause.
So you're trying to say that being predisposed as becoming an alcoholic is just as bad as being predisposed as being a homosexual.
It's not just as bad. It's totally separate, because you can have
but the way that you're saying it makes it sound.
But it's the same concept. If I've got a genetic disposition to become an alcoholic, if I had a genetic disposition to become gay, I still have a choice whether or not I want to be one.
But you don't become gay. You just are.
That's what you would like to argue, but as far as science goes, is there a gay gene? No, there's not. There's not a gay gene at all. There's nothing to support a genetic response. There's nothing to support a genetic cause for homosexuality at all, as of right now. There's nothing that's listed. There's the Q28 chromosome, or it's a marker.
I don't know. It's in the shit you handed me that I was supposed to read.
The thing with that marker, though...
It's the XQ28.
Yeah, so the XQ28, because I know somebody watching this is going to be like, what about the XQ28? So that's a marker. Something that can happen to one twin and not the other twin. The problem with that study that I see so far is it doesn't actually conclusively say that, hey, if you have this marker, you're going to become a homosexual. They're trying to pin it as in that you might have.
But when you say things like that, it's a choice, and you don't look at the. I mean, look at the studies that have been done where, like, those rehab camps where they send kids on. They come out more fucked up than what they did whenever they went in. It's not you're not going to find a fixable solution to what someone is attracted to.
No, I'm not saying that we should. I'm just saying, on this particular topic, is it scientifically proven that being a homosexual is something you're born with, or is it a choice? It's
not a choice.
Why?
Because it's not. Because if it was a choice, then you could choose to be gay right here, right now.
Anybody could do that.
So you could choose.
Yep, go ahead.
You could choose right now to be gay.
Yeah.
You could choose right now.
I know where you're going with this, and that's not gonna happen. Just don't even.
So then you can't make that choice.
I'm not attracted that way, and obviously you're not attracted to the opposite sex.
No.
I'm not arguing that.
But you're saying
the cause of why you're that way. The cause of why you're that way is what we're trying to discuss.
No, because if you're saying it's a choice, then it means you could make the same choice yourself. Every person in this world can make the choice to be straight or gay.
Yes.
Okay, so then you're telling me you could choose to be gay.
I could.
You could.
Yeah. Over a period of time, and probably
I'm gonna pause this way back a little bit. I go to bedroom. And we're back. Sadly, he couldn't choose it. Because he's
Jeez
heterosexual.
Okay. We're not arguing the ability to be attracted or the lack of ability to be attracted to somebody. I think that if you have feelings for somebody, you can't change them. And that goes across heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, transgender, whatever. When you have feelings for somebody, you can't change them. That's an emotion. That's feelings.
That's not.
Okay, not transgender, whatever.
Yeah.
So people can't control their feelings to a degree, right? Unless you scar yourself and turn into a vindictive.
I'm not
pussy.
talking about controlling your feel. I'm talking about what you would find sexually attractive. Could you change that? Could you change? Is it a choice that I have made?
Okay, so
to find men attractive and to want to develop.
I have lost attraction to different women at times, so I go find another woman.
Right.
So can you lose attraction? Yes. So
I've
let's
lost
say
attraction
a scenario.
to men, but I've
Right.
never wanted to go pick up some tits and a vajayjay. And
There are people that do that
it.
though. A lot of people do that.
Fitting somewhere on the Kinsey scale.
What the Kinsey scale doesn't tell us if this is a choice or if you're born that way. All it tells you
It
is
says,
behavior.
No. It
It's
says
behavior.
that when people, the Kinsey scale says that when people want to say, how can you find this gay gene or whatever it is that you're not going to be able to find it.
It's because it don't exist. It's a choice.
It's not a choice. You don't choose that. Some people.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. You're saying I can't control the feeling that I get. So it must be something I was born with, right? Does that make sense? That's what you're trying to say.
No, I've known my whole life I was gay.
Exactly. So you've had these feelings since
But
you
I never
were young.
chose to be gay.
Okay, but what if some environmental factors, sociological factors,
Now
things
you're
like that
trying to get into
contributed?
nature versus nurture.
Well, what if that contributed to the way you
I think
decided to identify your sexuality?
I think some instances it could in some ways. I do believe that there are women that have been raped or abused or something has happened to them and they
totally
it's
turned off from
completely turned them off.
Yeah.
But I've never really
I think when children, from the studies that I've read, it's a time period thing. It's a growth from maybe from the time you're born until you're an adolescent hitting puberty, that kind of thing. A culmination of factors happened over time, and maybe we don't remember what that.
or maybe
factor
you're
is.
looking into it too hard.
No, I mean it's
Because,
a
I mean, I
legitimate
like-
subject.
Because I like Greg to slap me on the ass and call him daddy, but that doesn't mean I have daddy issues.
So that may not be the case, but we're not addressing the issue of if it's a choice or if you're born that way.
You want to do this all based on nothing but little facts and little printouts that you gave me from Wikipedia and
This is not no. I gave you Wikipedia. I didn't use that crap.
wherever this came
So,
from. We're trying homosexuality may be caused by chemical modifications to DNA. This is the pamphlet I got. What does his say? And I want y'all to. I mean, he's got fucking.
like this one.
Look at this. He's even. This is. Oh, this is. I mean,
Came prepared, man.
can we not just have a fucking opinion?
You can have an opinion, but we're not trying to talk about.
And
opinions,
this
right?
is. This isn't the one that you had.
No, just leave that one alone.
Yeah, what does that one
that's
say?
Nothing. Just go on. Quit.
Being
Kevin,
gay, not
Kevin.
a choice. Science contradicts Ben Carson.
Yes. And would you like to read the article?
Wait a
See,
minute.
I'm
I think
gonna-
I
I'm
watched
gonna
his
break-
Late Show.
Yeah, no, he's not a late show. He's a neuroscientist. So Ben Carson went and he got a ton of slack over saying that he thinks that being gay is a choice. He said people go into prison and they're not gay and they come out gay. Okay, so that to me obviously is an environmental factor and stuff that
Well,
took place. But in this article they're talking about XQ28. But nowhere in the article can they explain if it's actually legit or not.
But mine says
Somebody
it
that's
is.
watching this probably no, it doesn't actually. Somebody watching this may have.
He's right. I didn't read that shit.
Yeah. Somebody that's watching this may be able to go into more depth on the XQ28 marker, which doesn't tell jack really at all. It could, but I don't see it anywhere. So if you feel like that you can make that argument, put a comment in the comment section so that we can go over it in more detail. Maybe we'll be able to give him some ammunition because right now it's just, oh, I just know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And you may know that, and that's cool.
I mean, it's like, I mean, it's almost adorable that you want to ask something like that. It's like, hey, tonight on Campground Road, Caleb and Kevin are going to talk about, is the sky blue or is it not? Who's going to take the opposing force? And then it's like, I'm not going to look up scientific fucking research. Look at the goddamn sky. It's blue.
Yeah.
Use your brain.
My brain says that it's definitely logically not a born this way thing. One,
I told y'all he's
Okay.
pretty, but it's not all
here's the
firing
thing.
upstairs.
Genetics work over time periods, right? Genetics work over a period of time, like generations. And if they are hereditary, which genetics are, they would be passed down from generation to generation.
Was there really?
If they were all homosexual, they would breed themselves completely out. There wouldn't be anybody left out of that group. But it's happened so many times in different cultures, and it's stopped.
Is someone
or
out there
changed.
really going to think that genetics are not hereditary though? Because
They,
I don't,
you know they are. We're
but
talking
I don't
about
think you
YouTube.
have to make that.
No, there's people that are like, you know. I mean, we are in North Carolina.
Genetics are
I mean,
hereditary.
I lost a tooth the other day. So I mean, I'm getting dumber by the day. More of these that fall out, I'm just golly
It's
sad. But
proofs in the pudding.
always something, always some snide something. So, do you have any friends that were gay and now are married heterosexually?
Yes, I do not remember his name,
Yeah.
but yes.
So, do you know enough about him to tell me if he had a profound experience or found Jesus or something like that changed his mind, or did he get burnt out by a guy and was just like, hey, I'm going back to girls, or was he always with girls?
But I don't think so. I think he was more bisexual than he was anything else.
Mm-hmm.
We dated for like 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah. I wish
Yeah.
I could remember his name.
must not have been a good
But
guy.
his name was like an androgynous name, like Tracy or like like one of those.
He sounds confused from the get-go.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, there you
it
go.
tells you right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, if I could have got pregnant, we'd have had like 20 kids.
20.
And now he's
Hmm.
got him a wife, and also too, though, he at the end of our relationship, up until about 4 months after our relationship ended, he got into drugs horribly, horribly bad, and went to rehab, got off of it, decided that through support groups that maybe being gay is what caused him
Uh,
to live that lifestyle.
so, but he was that easily able to abandon it.
Yeah, well, but like I said though, too, he had dated women before. He had dated men and women. So I think
for that
he was,
time, he was just dabbling in some fun with you.
No, he could definitely had a relationship. He was equal on the board with that. He could have been as happy with a man as he was a woman.
Well, that right there in itself, whole bisexual argument is like, what? I mean, what does that fall into? What category does that fall into? Because it can't be genetic. You
Well,
can't
let's see.
You can't have them both. It's got
Let's
to
see
be a
what
choice.
Okay,
I wanna
well, let's
be-
go through it. Let's go through it. You
Yeah.
have lesbian, you have gay, you
Yeah.
have bisexual. So I'm assuming it falls under the fucking bisexual category.
But it has nothing to do with it being born this way.
I wonder what category the lesbians fall under.
Big and mean. I'm just kidding.
I think it would be the
Probably-
lesbian category.
Probably it. But it doesn't have any effect on whether or not it's a choice or not. Except that to me, it seems like it is an obvious choice. If you're going to be bisexual, you just, this week will be a dude and this week will be a chick, and I'll just get both of them at the same time.
Yeah, but
So that's not going to help the homosexual community, in my opinion, get to a point of being, hey, we're like, immunability is what is what different races and genders have against discrimination. And you don't have that if you don't have a scientific cause. If you can't help it, in other words.
But for
And
you
that's
to
a
say
huge
being
argument
gay is
for
a
it.
choice is almost saying like you being white was a choice.
But no, that's the thing. It's not the same. Because there's a scientific reason I was born this way and I can't change it. It's extremely well documented.
The world has
With
suffered
you,
ever since.
with the homosexual community, there's not one. There's not a cause from the scientific standpoint, so you can't control it. Is what you can control it. I can't control this, except if I got some spray paint, maybe.
I can't control this.
Ugh! Stop!
It's how I was born. It's what I like.
That may be what you like, but some people like Ferraris and some people like Corvettes.
Oh, so they must be genetically predispositioned to like that.
They're not exactly. They're not genetically predispositioned to that. It's a behavior and it's emotion and it's a choice.
Oh my God.
Finger.
Okay. So I'd like to go over some facts that Caleb brought for me that I was supposed to study. Keep in mind, these are facts. Gay men report, on average, slightly longer and thicker penises than non-gay men. We also have a study of over 50 gay men found that about 23% had counterclockwise hair whorls, as opposed to the 8% in the general population. This may also correlate with left-handedness.
If you're left-handed, you're probably gay. You left-handed?
Right.
Why? Why did I do this?
Gay men have increased ridge density in the fingerprints on their left thumbs and pinkies. Length and limbs
are like, oh god, I'm gonna look right now.
Length and limbs of hands of gay men are smaller compared to height than the general population, but only among white men. This sounds...
Yeah, it's totally legit.
It's fucking not science at all.
It's Wikipedia. Don't believe anything on Wikipedia.
Oh my God.
I know a few of those guys were probably like, oh man, what am I gonna do?
We're gonna go get a penis enlargement.
Yeah.
I feel like my dick looks gay.
I think it said it was too big in that, actually.
I don't know. Does size matter?
To gay people, apparently.
So Caleb asked me earlier before we started doing this if I would bring these boots in that I absolutely love. And I'm not really quite sure why.
Why are you talking about this?
I don't know, because earlier you were like, hey, say something about the boots so the boots will come out. And I was
No, you had to say something so I'd have to put them on. Because I figured if it got deep in here from all the crap he was going to be spewing, I'd have to put his boots on.
You can't wear them.
I ain't going to wear them. It was a facetious thing.
They're a size 9.
This.
Boom. Bam.
Who wears that stuff?
Me.
Oh.
I like.
I mean, one, you're going to break your ankle off if you ever fall.
Nah.
2, this should never be attached to the male genitals. Ever.
I don't hang.
Ever.
I don't hang
ever.
from my nuts.
You've already ruined beards for me by talking about the sister people that...
Of perpetual indulgence.
Ugh.
Which I'm
Stop.
gonna do a glitter beard next week.
No, you ain't.
All right here.
You think you're going to grow a beard out?
I can't grow a
That
beard.
girl,
out.
I know you can't. You got a girly face.
I can fucking glue glitter to my face.
I give up. I think it's a choice. You know why? It makes no scientific sense for it to be otherwise. I think that your environment that you grow up in as a child affects what happens, and I think that people are easily influenced, and they get into a big group of people, and they identify with that culture, and they're like, oh, I want to be part of that culture, and I just decided I want to be like a queer, and I want to hang out with cool queer people.
Could some instances... Okay, I do agree that some instances could be nature versus nurture, but for me, I was always attracted to guys. Always.
And I think something in your life happened to lead you in that direction.
I was born.
No, after you were born. Something. You know, here's what I've noticed when meeting different gay people in my life. 95% of them have had something happen in their life that either was a divorce. Because you know that divorce, you're twice as likely to be homosexual.
If you mention one more fucking thing,
I'm just saying it's a statistic. So I think that something happened in your life that led you to the point you are. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying that something environmentally or socially happened in your life that led you to the point of being gay. You may have felt that way and not ever noticed it. You could have been too young. Something could have happened over a period of time that led you to be like, hey, I just like boys.
Nope. Always. Gay. Nothing
But
led to it.
you wouldn't remember it as a young child. You remember what would have happened that hasn't had some kind of event happen over the course of their life that has led them to be gay. Something traumatic. Or not so traumatic. Just maybe a single mom that coddled their baby and showed a bunch of attention to guys, and the guy was like, well, if I show attention to guys, maybe I'll get attention.
Damn it, Magnum PI.
I mean, that's what I've observed.
You are.
I'm just saying what I've seen.
I
Since I can't read facts no more.
I
because
hear
we don't
ya.
want facts. We can't. We gotta be emotional about everything.
We're supposed to have an opinion.
Opinions are like bums.
Everybody stinks but mine.
Ugh. Because you won't deal in facts. It's all about darn emotion. Everything's about emotion. Everything's about my feelings, and that means that it's true to me. That's what it is.
I'm just saying you should have an opinion.
I got plenty of opinions. Opinions are they're variable though. They don't hold weight if they don't back up in substance.
That's the reason they call it an opinion.
Yeah. Did we go over that one thing? About you bombed it. I'm trying to think.
Well, you said it was only one night and you never wanted to talk about it again.
Oh my god.
So Caleb, why are straight people the downfall of the human race and wrong about every single solitary thing?
That's simple.
If you don't want more gay people, blame your own kind. You're the one making more of us.
That's a good quip.
So guys, thank you for watching again. I know a lot of this has been silly and a little bit out there and crazy. We're working out the details.
Slowly but surely.
But you're always welcome on Campground Road. Caleb is not as bad as he is. I am worse than you could ever know that.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
But if you guys have any questions for us, if you guys have anything you'd like for us to talk about, leave it in the comments below. I know that HB2 was one that we were going to talk about coming up soon.
Yep.
And there was another one that
we're probably going to go over topics that are facing right now. You got Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And we'll be serious through that one.
We will. And we'll probably have some guests on to kind of give us a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
Maybe a perspective that we can't quite understand. So it's not just us.
Yeah.
We'll probably go over the election because tomorrow.
How to be more sensitive.
Tomorrow is the presidential debate. Yeah. I'm sure we'll both have a lot to say about that once it's commenced. So stay tuned for that one for sure. Be sure to like our video. Like really, hit the like button.
Share
it. Comment on the video and subscribe. Subscribe to the video so you can get updates on when we have them coming out. Yeah. It's super important to us to be able to keep doing the show if you like it. If you don't, well, just hit the unlike button.
And not only that, but maybe share this with someone that would maybe gain something from it and be like, look at these two idiots.
Yeah, look at these two hillbillies.
Trying their best
Missing
to make
teeth,
sense out of something.
Can't dye their hair. Yada yada. Yeah, send it to them. Maybe it'll open their mind, and maybe it'll help them.
And
maybe
thank you guys for coming back again.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Great.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace.